Hey Virgo, we are going to do your proofread, well, your first one, for the month of February. Let's get into it. You know I love you. Ooh. Right, I'm like, a little nick. It got ruined. No, it's okay. Oh my God, please. You're overthinking. Prince of Swords, Queen of Swords, Seven of Cups, overthinking about a relationship. If it's not meant for you, it's not meant for you. Queen of Wands, right. Be in your power. You know what I mean? Also pay attention. You're being distracted, you know? Yep. All right, here we go. Come on. Virgo. Stop it. I read a Virgo and a Gemini at the same, I was reading and there was a Gemini and a Virgo in front of me, and the reading was so crazy. It was fun, but it was all over. It was so crazy. Okay, here we go. Look, all over. The wheel, Jupiter. You already know it's gonna be there. Let's see what's going on with you, Virgo. The Queen of Cups, which is related to the moon. It's also related to the Three of Cups. The Princess of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Ten of Swords. So, the Princess of Swords is talking about your mind, your young mind, or how I used to think versus how I think now, you know? And it's also kind of like, I don't know. I feel like this is wanting to connect emotionally to something that isn't connecting in the same way. You know, because the Queen of Cups wants to emote, and the Princess of Swords is not as thoughtful or as emotionally relational as the Queen of Cups is. The Princess of Swords is saying things that are a little bit rude, right? Dense, maybe. Is that a bad word to use? I just said it, I'm sorry. You know, and they're just kind of like having fun with it. They're light-spirited with it. They're not taking themselves seriously. You know, so someone isn't taking themselves as seriously, and someone is taking things more seriously or more emotionally in some way, shape, or form. And the person who is taking things more emotionally is starting to feel in an insecure level like they're going to try to create some boundary now, like not take it as emotionally serious as they once were before, because the Queen of Cups is a little bit of Gemini, right? And the Princess of Swords is earth, and it's also air, you know what I'm saying? So it's related to Saturn as well. It's like anything that's coming from earth and going into air. Very transitionary energy. So someone could be like in a transition, right? And they're in the early stages of this transition, or they're in the early stages of change. And the Queen of Cups may expect something more from this person that they're not actually capable of giving or doing, you know? So then this kind of like is disappointment. You know, this ruins the idea that I had before. You know, this says, what more can I do now? This isn't going in the direction that I anticipated it going in. I don't feel victorious, and I'm not thinking the same way. I'm not identifying with this experience. It doesn't have the same meaning to me anymore. That is okay. The Ten of Swords is really just showing you something. It's showing you, you know, something so that you can to relate to learn a new perspective. Or maybe you need to be challenged by this perspective, even if it is uncomfortable, even if you don't want to admit, or even though if you don't want to accept the truth about this ending in your mind. It's like the way that you see it has ended. The thing itself has not necessarily ended, but how you identify with it has, you know. This is also like naivety, you know, so maybe you could have been naive about something, or maybe someone else might be naive about something, or maybe someone is, you know, saying that you are naive about something. You know what I mean? Shot to the heart, and you're too vain. You give love a bad name. Is that the song? Digs. So you're taking something as a little bit of a dig, and you shouldn't. And it's an idea of something that you see as a dig. You know, no. You got a lot of tens. The Ten of Swords, the Ten of... the Wheel of Fortune, the Ten of Cups. Okay, and you got the Three of Swords here. So like I said, you were worrying about something. Nothing was written in stone. I don't know what the expectation you have for something to outlive what it possibly could be. It's just saying like the timing is showing you that it's time to move on from something. I don't know what that is, but... it's time to kind of like let go of the idea of something that no longer can exist within this new circumstance or this environment. There's an environmental change. There's an attitude. There's a shift that has to occur here. Your attitude about something has to shift in order for you to see what it is or learn the lesson. Once you learn the lesson, your attitude will shift. Or, you know... the expectation that you had for an environment to stay the same will be disrupted with a harsh reality, and that harsh reality is going to make you have to consider whether or not you want to stay or go. And that could be with like a job, it could be with a friend, it could be with a relationship, it could be in a living situation, right? Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune is here as well, which is talking about, you know, needing space. You know, you need a getaway, right? There might need to be some kind of like, you know, plan for the future of how you're going to leave or exit or get away or go on a vacation or something like that, you know. It's taking a vacation of some sort. How is that possible? But you're looking at the possibilities of that, right? Of creating space, having your own space, going on vacation, or taking some time off. You're exploring the possibilities of that. Ten of Cups is here, which is talking about, you know, being ready to kind of like settle down in some kind of way in life, you know? And it's like the satisfaction of slowing down, you know? Because the Ten of Cups is saying like, you know what? I feel like I have a lot to kind of like offer emotionally, or I have a lot to be thankful for, or I am seeking pleasure and comfort. So it kind of, look, yep. So you're seeking a sense of satisfaction, pleasure, and comfort. It's almost like the ideal, you know? And you're seeing the light in a situation too, right? So it's like you've gone around and you've had all these experiences and stuff like that, but then you realize like, wow, you know, there actually is something that I haven't been looking for, that I feel like I might be on the precipice of finding, that was nothing like all of the things that I thought I wanted. It's really crazy. I don't know what this music is right now. Is it supposed to be like Lady Gaga or something? It's a runway show. I liked what I saw. Anyway, the Three of Swords, you know, it's like, okay, what I was looking for, that kind of like ideal, what I have learned is that there is no ideal, you know? There is no perfect match. There is no sort of perfect karmic relationship. Karmic relationships change you forever. And I feel like that's what you have realized, and that's what you have grown to understand here. There's a sense of maturity that comes with the Three of Swords, right? That's why I love this card. It's a sense of maturity, great sense of relationships and who you are and how you identify with yourself inside of your relationships, outside of your relationships, what you learn from them and what you know that they learn from you and what you bring to them, you know? How you nurture your relationships and what you're willing to do to nurture one and to sustain one, you know? And what kind of relationships are worth keeping around, worth sustaining, right? And worth nurturing. Really, think about that. And what friendships too. Look, what's giving back to you? If it's very restrictive and you feel like you're giving more than it's willing to give back to you, and that doesn't have to be anything in the material form. That could be spiritually, communicatively, relationally, if that makes sense, right? This is not the same anymore. This is being changed. It's being changed forever in a way. A relationship that changes you forever. Okay, work. All right, Virgo. See you later. You know I live for you. Like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. It's Providence Tarot. My personal account is NYC Kendrick. If you'd like to get a personal reading, email providencetarotkendrick@gmail.com.